Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Today we have, I've got a workout plan for you. It's really going to be focused on kind of two areas. The first one is going to be looking at some passing based movements. And these are like things that we can start connecting together, but also ways that we can look to create some mobility in our passing, which is super important. Okay, you don't realize how much you need to use your hips, your knees, and your ankles and the flexibility associated with that as well. The second part of it is a top control training session, okay? And it's just designed, very similar idea, is to improve our movement on top of the person. We're gonna go through a lot of different movements, and each one is designed to kind of help replicate something that we do when we're in class. Okay, some of them are gonna be slow, some of them are gonna be fast, okay? But by the end of it, you know, we'll have been going for 20-ish minutes, maybe slightly longer, and we got something a little bit special to finish up with as well. All right, so you know these two things. There's two 10-minute sets. They're going to be quite, I'm going to say moderately intense. Okay, I really want to work through the movement as much as possible, and then we'll finish up with pretty high energy. All right, so I'm going to get you guys going. Basically, I'm going to talk you through the drills as we're going through them, and I'll just have random conversations with you. You will need some sort of training dummy. Okay, ideally, if it's got head and arms, that's perfect. You can just use a pillow for a lot of these drills, or something with like a little bit of volume. The general reason is like it makes it easier to do certain movements. Okay, certainly some of like the transitional stuff that we're going to be doing. That having that extra little bit of height really helps. So the warm up is included in this as well, and again, it's going to gradually progress to be slightly more intense. So don't need the dummy for the first bit at all. You will potentially, as we go through maybe the last 2 or 3 exercises, but for the first bit we don't need it at all. My timer is set up. I'm just going to switch it to some landscape action so I can see what's going on. And here we go. So first one, really simple. We're just switching our hips from side to side. Okay, and I want you guys to go a little bit slower than you think possible. So people often do this at like 90 miles an hour. I want you to try and get that little bit of an extra just push at the end here. Okay. And this is going to seem pretty slow to start with. That's okay. This first part, like I said, is really a lot about the mobility of guard passing more than the intensity of it. But don't worry, the intensity is going to come at the end. As it should once we're nice and warm. Good. So about 20 seconds more. Then we're going to go into our next stretch. So this is really all about like opening the hips, a little bit of lower back rotation as well. And then we're going to go to our next one, which is going to be our 90-90 switch. I mean, you can do it in one of two ways. I'll show you them both as we talk through it. Actually, there's like tons of variations we can do. So we're going to do a 90-90 switch. You can lean forwards. This is what I'd recommend just starting with. Just going from side to side, leaning your chest down, switching it up to the other side. Here. Okay, once you've done this lean forwards, you can also add like a hip hop. So you switch from one side, lean, hip forwards. And ideally, we don't want to use our hands on the ground. Lean, hip forwards. Okay, so we're trying to avoid using those hands on the ground. Really work our hips and our lower back. Lean forwards, hip forward. Nice. And then you can start keeping this leg off the ground and switching from side to side here. Okay, this is like a transitional one, but this is really good for our S-mount, which we spent a lot of time working last week. Okay, it forces you to work in a slightly different way and really engage this back hip. Nice. Excellent. Okay, next one we're going to do, we're just going to be in a low squat. Okay. If you don't have like a lot of lower back, knee, hip flexibility, this is perfect just to stay here. Okay, and just relax. Okay, if you need to work into it, it's nice to be able to elevate your hips and then just drop down and just keep going through that movement. Okay, but if you're comfortable, just try and squat in this position. If that's okay, then you can start adding in the knee touch. Okay, and we're just going side to side. Believe it or not, this development movement here of the foot flat and the hip knee down, we use this a lot for knee slides, for getting out of various positions, for like killing reverse De La Riva and De La Riva hooks. And it just, again, it starts to work our hip mobility, that ball and socket joint as well. Very nice. So this is our knee touch. 10 more seconds. I'm going to go to a hip twist after this. Like I said, this is not about getting super fit. This one is not mobility. Next one, hip twist. Really tight bear crawl. Just twist the lower half of your torso. This is one of my favorite ones to start working that rotation. Okay, again, we want to be super tight bear crawl here. Okay, so hands and feet. My hands and feet are less than 1 meter apart doing this, because I want to get that tight position, and I'm trying to keep my chest relatively low to the ground, and I'm not bending forwards, I'm keeping my chest flat. 30 seconds. You're going to feel your shoulders start to work a little bit. Whew. As mine are right now. Nice. 10 more seconds. And then we're going to switch it up again. Nice. Ooh. Okay, so a side lunge. So we're going to be here, keeping our knees forwards, and we're going to transition from one side to the other. Okay, you can come up onto the ball of this supporting foot. It's not like a Kosak stretch. This is about staying low and transitioning from one side to the other. So we're here, I transition across. As you can see, my heel comes up, and I keep it going from side to side. So I'm working this movement. Yeah, this allows me to go from one side of my partner to the other relatively quickly. And ideally, I want to keep those toes facing forwards the whole time. Okay, so it's not my upper body movement, it's just my legs. Honestly, if you talk through this whole workout as well, really gets quite challenging. Okay, from this position, you're now going to knee touch and head hug and fold the hips underneath. Then you come back out, switch to the other side. Yeah. Knee touch, head hug. Come back out. So I transfer, knee touch, and my hip comes across. Transfer, knee touch, hip comes across. Transfer across, hug. Switch around this way. Transfer across, knee touches. It's like I'm hugging the head, and then my hip drops. Come back out. So this is like one of the things that we do to catch half guard. Or go into a long step. Which I almost did then. And did that time. Okay. Nice, now we go full Kosak. So, if you can, again, we're going to try and keep our foot flat on the ground this time when we do it. Okay, rotate this leg up. So our toes are pointing out, the legs coming up. So we've got this ultra wide stance. If you want, you can add a back touch as well. So that I'm in this position, keeping my chest forward, and then pop back out of it. This is important. If we ever get knocked over, we need to be able to recompose from this position. Or just stay in our Kosak and work the hamstring mobility and flexibility. Up to you. It's a bit like capoeira, I guess. 5 seconds. Nice, next one is just the hip heist. So we're going to increase the speed a little bit now. Leg coming up, back to the other side. We're going one side to the other, fast as we can. You might not recognize it, but we use this movement if the person's sweeping us. So if someone knocks me back here, I hip heist out to get myself back up on top. My goal is to bring my leg in line with my hand. Gives me the wider space and the most stability. Annoyingly, my laptop's just gone off, which is great. Perfect, keep going. So hip heist again. I love it when modern technology just lets me down. Seems to be our life at the moment. Good, keep it going. Nice. Next one, side to side switch. So you might want a dummy for this one. We do this quite a lot. Knee in, switching to the other side. So it's a bit like a squat thrust. So now we're starting to work our cardio a bit more. Here, just like we did with our side lunge, toes on the mat, leg out to the side. And we're switching in and out. Good, keep it going. Do about 20 seconds more. You should be starting to get warm now. I'm sweating buckets. Just kind of keep plugging away as we go through these movements. 10 seconds. And now we're going to go into our long step. So we're going to start in that side position here. Grab the collar, long step, come back out. So I'm dropping, knees coming in, very much like a head hug that we did earlier. Okay, once you get good at that, you get a long step, come up onto your shoulder, come back in. So you end up in like a tripod, your shoulder up. It's 30 seconds if you want to switch sides. You see my weak side. Here we're going here. Long stepping out, up to our tripod. Okay, make sure your chest and hips stay rotated to the ground. You're not sitting on the ground here. Come back up. So there should be minimal butt contact as you do this. And time. Nice. Perfect. Whew. So, that was our warm-up done. All right. Now we're going to go on to our next bit, which is our top control. And again, it's pretty similar to the sequence that we did before, not in terms of the movements, but in terms of how we're going to go through it. This is all about developing like fluidity in the different things that we do. Having said that, this one is a lot more cardio intensive. All right. And you'll see that right from the get-go. Trying to figure out the best position for my dummy. Here we go. I think this is going to be good. Actually, sideways. Okay. Right. So let's get into it. The first one we're going to do, I'll run through the movements relatively quickly. Actually, no. I'm surprised you. You're going to do it as we go along, and just pick it up as we go along. But the first one is knee on belly switch. I'll tell you what the next one is as we get through it. All right. Here we go. We're going to go in 5 seconds. 3. So knee on belly switch, hands here, and I switch from one side to the other, hands off every time. Okay, kicking one foot to the other foot. You might want to switch your belt to the side a little bit, just avoid you landing on the knot. But your feet should be coming together and then over. And every time the hands come off when we do this. Okay, the faster we do this, the better. And then a good side lunge posture that we did earlier. This is where we get into it now. Okay, so keep pushing it forwards, trying to get as many reps as you can, stay as low as we can. Nice. Get those toes facing forwards, knees bent. Okay, so everything's going in this direction. I'm not rotating my foot up and out. Good, 10 seconds, or less than 10 seconds. I'm gonna go to knee on belly arm bars. Okay. This is a high arm bar. Okay, so we're here, pull the dummy in, big step around, and kick it out. This starts working our top spinning movement, but also our top mobility. Come up, underhook the arm, push the head, big step, sit. Make sure those feet stay on the floor until you're laying back, then they can come up. All right, so you've got to keep that head down when you do it. Here. Pull up, big step around, 4, 1 out. Big step around, swap out. Nice. Pull it to the side, If you can stuff the head, but I always grab the belt or the hips and come back around. Okay. Turn this way a little bit so you can see. So I pull, stuff the head, big step, switch. I like to extend it out to kick. One more time. Grab the belt, big step around. Nice. From here, top spins. Okay, very similar movement, but now we start in side control. Step, step, switch our arms, side to side. Moving it around, quick as we can. Don't let that butt touch. Chest follows the arms, hips lead. So I start here, step with the bottom leg, come up. I like having the arms out because it gives me like something to step over, something to really focus on because I go through these movements. I'm gonna have to have a gi pad time break, but keep it going fast as you can. Next movement's gonna be a little bit slow, so it'll give you an opportunity to catch your breath. 5 seconds, get a couple more in. Okay, next one. It's going to be our north-south movement. So we start in side control here. Okay, switch the hips, head drops, I walk. Hips come back in this position. Let me go sideways. So I'm in like a reverse scarf hold here. I come up, head on the floor, walk my hips around, sit it back through. So, if I'm starting my legs on this side, my chest forwards, here my arms are doing nothing right now. But I push, my head goes down to the same side my legs were, and I switch. The goal of this is to get you used to this tight forward posture and transitioning from north to south. If you want, hug, like grip the bottom of the belt when you do this. And then don't let go. Works really, really good. Anyway, next one, windshield wiper over the top. Another transition, this time we're going over the legs. So I'm leaning in, knees coming over, feet come together. Walk back up towards the arm. Switch the feet. Really useful movement if the person's shrimping in towards you. Yeah. So I'm here, I'm leaning back, leg comes, knees go down. As my feet switch, my legs switch. And I always walk back towards the arms. That gives me the space to then come in around. So walk back, legs come up. Right. Again, don't worry if you're not like working super hard. Focus on the fluidity, the mobility of the positions. So if I'm this side, this top leg goes first, head switches, bottom leg. Come to the other side. Nice. Oh, next one is a back step. So I'm going to start on this side, big post, keep my chest as low as I can, back up to the other side. Big post, chest as low as I can, just like we did from our Kosak position. Here, and then pull it back down. Knee comes up, big post, tight tuck, knee up. Big post, tight tuck. Okay, this one is a lot about the legs. So I'm posting diagonally, chest low, tight tuck my leg, and then bring my chest back forwards afterwards. Okay. So I have to lean out, bring my chest towards my knee. Come back up. Good, 5 more seconds. Make sure your butt's not sitting on the ground. Nice. Next one. Jump overs. Head and legs the same side. Jump the feet to the other side. Make sure you push. Land with the outside leg first. Head goes to the same side as the legs and we jump. This is often done off an over-under position. So we're here. They push your head and you switch to the other side. Okay? Well, anytime you're holding the hips, this can be, when they move your head and you want to jump, just remember, legs first. Leg closest, so This leg jumps and lands first. Toes on the mat every time. Oh no, my thing's about to go off again. I don't know why it's going to go off, but it is. Keep the jump over going. Nice. Keep it working, 5 seconds. Now, our top spin armbar. Very similar to our knee on belly armbar. We're going to pull from the side this time. Kick it off. And you'll notice my leg stays against the ribs. We don't have to come all the way up to knee on belly, but I'm trying to go as quick as I can. I like to, with my dummy, I go here, I push away with that bottom leg so that I can come back up. Makes the transition a little bit easier. Okay, and I'm not losing anything, any technical skill by doing it. Yeah, pull, big step, kick it out. Nice. Pull, big step, kick it out. So I start in side control, pull to the side, push the head, big step, just like we did with our knee on belly position. Okay, keep it going if you can. Next one is our S-mount arm bars, or our heart attack arm bars. Spent a bunch of time doing these last week. So we're here, leg comes over the top, and back up to mount. Hook the arm, spin that leg around. So we're pushing up off the chest, switching into our S-mount, and then immediately bringing that leg around. Yeah. So the legs to come back up. "15 seconds. Okay, nice, last one. You might want to tuck your dummy in a little bit for this. Chair sits. So pick a side, any side. Hug it tight as you can now. Okay, you're going to fall, clear the bottom leg, push up, knee comes up. But the whole time, you want to be squeezing this seatbelt as much as you possibly can. Knee comes up high, behind the head. Keep squeezing, pulling those elbows back in. Make sure your hooks come in, then you fall to the side. Make sure you're going across your hips, okay, rather than falling back to your back. Don't worry, if an arm gets caught up in there, that's a good thing when you're attacking the back. Nice, hand time. Good job. So that's our transitional flow. Okay, now, as you can see, that's pretty, well, for me, it's not super intense, but it certainly gets us working and gets us warm. Okay, and we're going for about 20 minutes. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a finisher, okay? We're going to do a Tabata, okay? We're going to use 2 exercises. Okay, so Tabatas, in case you don't know, 20 seconds work, 10-second break for 8 rounds. Okay, and we're going to pair 2 different things that we're going to do. All right, the reason that we're doing this is just to give you a good finisher, really spike your heart rate. So if you're planning on doing another session directly after this, or you've got something else, you don't necessarily have to do this, but if you're not, then this will really finish off your workout, okay? The movements that we're going to use are our step-ups. So I'm stepping up, like I'm in guard, and a sprawl, all right? That's it. And we just alternate between the 2. So we'll do 4 sets of 20 seconds of each, and your goal is to go as fast as you can. I'm going to set the timer up over here so you'll be able to see it. Let me ignore that. And let's start. Here we go. So let's do step ups first. Ready, go. Fast as you can, running through the position. Okay, really try and get it going. Nice, 10 more seconds. Keep it going, keep pushing. Nice, Just rest there. That was all about working your legs. Now, next thing we're going to do is sprawls. Straight away we drop into our sprawls. So a nice low position, hands to the ground, pop it up. Nice. Last you can. You can switch sides if you want. You can drop your hips. Okay. Every time try and get your legs back underneath you, even if you don't come up fully. Good, 5 seconds. And time. 10-second break. We go back into the step ups again. 2, 1, go. Good, keep it going, 10 more seconds. Try to push the pace quick as you can. Try to keep your hands off your legs so you're not supporting yourself. The legs are doing all the work. And break. Nice. If you're struggling with the sprawls, you can do a burpee the same. Yes, I know some people have like hip, wrist problems. You see, I'll do it on my knuckles quite often. So my wrists are super tight at the moment. If you want more of a challenge, count how many reps you do. Do it on the first round, and then try and match it. So we're halfway there. You should be sweating. I certainly am. Starting to see some droplets. Step ups again. Nice, keep it going. We got 10 more seconds. Oh, the legs are burning. 2, 1. Oh. Break for 10. And then we're going to get straight back into it with our sprawls again. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. One round to go. So this is going to be our last set of step ups. Really try to push it now. Do as many as you can. Should be basically running with your head staying the same height as fast as you can. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Push the pace, push the pace. Come on. 5 seconds. Dig deep now. Let's go. Hand rest. Nice job. Last set of sprawls. Same thing, same situation. 3, 2, 1. Last you can, pop it up. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Come on, keep it going. Oh, time. That was the end. Okay, guys, so if you've done all of this, you should be feeling quite, well, a little bit more tired now. Okay, I certainly am. All right. Good session, guys. Working through those mobility things, super important. Okay, it will help you out, and obviously working our grappling specific fitness is going to pay dividends when we get back into the gym. We will be getting back into the gym very soon, I promise you. We are nearly there. Other than that, guys, great training session. Rest, hydrate, and we'll do this again soon.